and just make it up there. If I can walk through that city bright and fair, there probably be 1,000 things I want to tell on that day. Oh, that day. I'll just begin to cry. You wipe the tears from my eyes. I'll say thanks. You'll ask why. This will be my reply. You know, millions didn't make it, but I was one of the ones who did. I look at God and say, millions didn't make it, but I was one of the ones who did. Yeah, don't you know? There will probably be 1,000 things that I want to tell you. Talk to the Lord on that day. On that day. I'll just begin to cry. You are practice from my eyes. I'll say thanks, you'll ask why. This will be my reply. But I tell everybody, yeah, one. I tell everybody, I was walking the world. Yeah. The cross I watching wait, hoping and trusting. See, I reach, that golden strength. Hallelujah. Just thank you, Jesus. He would always beg that choir director. Say, look here. Say, listen, would you let me sing a song? That's how he said. He said, I got a song that I want to sing. He said, I got a song that I want to sing. But you know what that choir director told him? Come on. But you know what that choir director told him? He said, oh man, you too old to sing in this choir. He said, you got a trembling in your voice. Look ahead. Heard the old man say, and y'all might not believe it, but when you get old, most folks do you like that. Most folks do you like that when you get old. When you get old, people will just push you on aside. But they went to church that next Sunday morning, and they knew that the old man wasn't sitting in the corner. And they went on back to church that next Sunday morning, and they knew that the old man still wasn't sitting in the corner. They get worried now. And they went on back that next Sunday morning, and they knew that the old man still wasn't sitting in the corner. Somebody began to ask questions about it. Did anybody see the old man? And y'all about to hear some singing now. Watch this.
So heavy laden and burdened down, I did not know just what to do. So I went and I prayed for strength.
This sister can sing, but watch this.
To endure, Jesus said, be still. I will see you through. So I tried him, and I know him. He'll stick closer than any brother.
Listen to these words now. Listen to these words, boy.
I tried him, and I know him. He's been better to me than I've been to myself. That could never be a friend as dear to me. Yes, Jesus. So now,
My old boy love this song. God rest his soul. He love this song, man.
you go through your trials and your tests. Please don't look down to men, for they'll let you down. Don't remember
She really about to click now. Watch this. I want every hand lifted. If you want to close your eyes, go ahead and close them. But I want you to focus upon Jesus now. For he alone is worthy to be worshiped and worthy to be adored. Can I get an amen on that? Can I get an amen? I mean, I can go all day with this one. All day. Anyway, I know I sound a little funny. Boot got me, man. He kept, he always coming up hugging me and coughing in my face. He don't know how to cover his mouth yet, so he coughing all in my face. And, a kid will be bouncing off the walls and sick. You would never know, right? And my son, man, he got me. So I've been sick, but hey, it don't bother me. It's my boy, right? So let me say this, man. So I'm gonna come with a different angle on this video than a lot of people, because yeah, I could talk about the incompetency of Joe Biden to not at least evacuate these people who trusted in America, who laid their trust in us as a country, in our troops. I've spoken with people that's been in the military over the last couple of days while I was sick. I was speaking to a couple of friends I knew, and they were upset. People that went to Afghanistan and fought over there, they upset because people have laid their lives down and they were trying to build something, And we understand that we can't stay there forever. But I do believe that having a small presence like Trump got it down to like 2,500, even Obama, I'm not just going to drag all Democrats, I know how y'all get about Obama, Obama was at least smart enough not to take it to zero, right? You could have left a small contingency of American troops there. And one thing about the Taliban, they would have known better. They would have known not to attack Americans, because if you attack the American military, now you got the force of the military on you. You don't want that heat, right? That's the heat don't nobody want, for real. I don't even think China want that type of heat for real. Not yet, anyway. They coming, but they ain't there yet, right? Now let me say this, man. What really bothers me about this whole situation is just, I've been seeing stories of people dying, man, and people getting killed. They took one guy. He was he was really down and low, and the guy that was his friend is here in America. He was just saying, "Look, this is my friend." He had a picture of the guy. He's like, they took him and hung him in front of his family's house. They killed his whole family and took his 10-year-old daughter and sold her into slavery. Right? This is what's going on right now. Right? You see this type of stuff going on, and so it bothers me, man, because there's a part of me that's like, damn, I want to see us all come together, and I don't want to see no shit like that. I don't want to see people getting messed up like that, right? So, long story short, I'm about to show y'all something, and you're gonna be like, well, what does that have to do with this attack? But I'm gonna show y'all something that's going on right now. Nobody's talking about this. I saw this. Now you have some conservatives talking about it, but this is, TikTok is an app that we have over here that people. I know I emailed it to myself. Now, where is it? Where is it? God damn, hold on, let me see if I can type the word. Sorry about that. You want to say I gotta find it? I know I emailed it myself. I did the other day. Okay, so I must have deleted it by mistake or something. Let me go over here to the trash can. Sorry, but I'm gonna show y'all something, man. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna show it to you first. That way you'll see it. You'll be like, oh, okay, I see what he's talking about. Because at the end of the day, man, you gotta understand something about these people over there in Afghanistan. Um, yeah, I have their barbarians. Me and my friend just got off the phone. He was saying that they're barbarians. I do agree. I think these people are savages. The way they're treating these people over there, that's savage. Because these people wasn't. All these people did was just get jobs and build their economy and try to build a better Afghanistan. Try to bring up technology. Try to bring them into the 21st century. They was riding on horses and donkeys a minute ago, and hey, here they are now getting into the internet, cell phones, tech, trying to get jobs. That's what those people were doing, trying to build something, man. It wasn't that those people betrayed the Taliban or whatever, or betrayed Islam, because a lot of those people, they didn't denounce Islam. They killing Muslims just because they worked in the country and didn't take over, didn't kill, didn't partake in it. Damn, I done lost it. I'll be damn. I done lost it. Let me go in here. So I got to go on Instagram and find it. But it is. But see, the problem, I agree with you 1,000%. But let me say this: in order to get that country together, it was probably going to take some time. But you could have kept a little small contingency of soldiers there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, excuse me. You could have kept a small contingency of soldiers there to keep while those people build their country out. But I would have told them, like, look, man, we're gonna leave eventually, but you need to do this, you need to do that. You need to make sure you got this together. Now it was gonna take probably another 30, 40 years for us to really get to that point. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. I knew you was gonna defend it. Okay. Yeah, but he said it was a way he was gonna do it. He said it was a way I was gonna do it. Hey, look, I don't have no problem with leaving. It's the stupidity of how he left, bro. That you can't. No, you can't. I'm not gonna go there with you. I know you're gonna defend the Democrats to the death, and then you're gonna say you're not a fan. But I'm just telling you, you cannot do it like that. He could have did this the exact same time frame. Don't leave military grade weapons over there for the Chinese and the Russians. Black Hawk airplane. I mean helicopters. That's just completely stupid. Had Trump done that, you would have been, oh my God, Trump is incompetent. But now you trying to say, this is indefensible. This is the dumbest, if that's the way of putting it, the most ignorant way I've ever seen somebody. This is probably one of our worst blunders in history. This man literally is the laughing stock of the world. Nobody can say it's not his fault. You got to be in some special places to get your information. MSNBC, CNN, those are places where it's like, okay, you got to wear a tinfoil hat to believe half the shit they saying, right? You got to even believe that this man made a good choice in leaving like he did. That was the dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. Who in the hell would do that? Why would you do some dumb shit like that? Leave. I have no problem with leaving. Evacuate the people that want to evacuate. Get them up out of there. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying. Just get those people out of there. So we can at least make sure that those people were safe, man. That I don't know, bro. That shit indefensible to me. It's just indefensible. And so I'm finna go somewhere different that I'm not gonna go, that I haven't been able to go because I can't find that shit. I'll be damned. Let me see if this is the Blaze. Because I saw this, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Watch this shit here, though. So let's see. Where is it? So there's this TikTok video, and I ain't never seen no shit like that. I'm talking about, dog, this shit is so crazy, right? Thank you, bro. But this shit is so crazy that I don't know. I feel like until people really understand how America's viewed worldwide, we don't understand. America
because of the liberal, right? And we don't understand this because the liberal, to people that are very religious, to people that are at least so supposedly religious. I don't even call them people. I'm not even gonna disrespect Muslims like that, and I'm not a fan of the some of the history of the actual tenets of the faith. I just don't go there. But at the same time, I ain't gonna put this on all Muslims. But there's about a 10% contingency of them that are all for killing people, that are all for cutting heads off and raping and pillaging and doing whatever, right? That's about 10% worldwide. So we talking easily talking probably like I say about I don't know how many people, man. We talking millions of people. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go ahead and go. Let me see if I can find. Um, let's see if I can find. Let's see. Damn. Let me see. It's not on the Blaze. See if it's on the Blaze. It's not on. Let me check my email again. I know I deleted it. I thought I had it in my email. That's why I went live, because I was like, well, I got it in my email. So surely, it's not. Anyway, let me go back to my inbox. So you got to understand, guys, a lot of this stuff, yeah, they do have poppy fields and stuff in Afghanistan. But what really bothers me about this whole situation is I don't think we're really looking at it from the right perspective. And this is what I mean. You'll see in a second if I could. Let's see. Damn, man. I emailed it to myself like 2 days ago. I know I did. And I just saw it yesterday. I'll be damn. This is crazy. So, the whole point I'm trying to make, man. Anyway, there's a video, and I can't even find the damn thing. I was just going to play it, but I'm not going to be able to play it because I can't find it, which is whack. But there's a video of these kids on TikTok. All of them are probably under 25 or less, right? And they're on there just literally making up genders as they go. Like, they're making up all these different types of, I'm so-and-so sexual, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, right? And so you got to understand, like I said a second ago, people that live in these countries, they look at shit like that, like, what the fuck is wrong with America? Right? Like, they look at Lil Nas X. That shit is shipped all over the world, man. MTV is the biggest export, right? And so you got a guy in the White House who, I don't care who you are, you can love Democrats all you want. Everybody got to agree with me right here. They forcing the Jamaicans. They trying to force the Jamaicans to accept that shit. They trying to force people to do shit that really in these foreign countries just culturally they don't align with, man. And so these people are looking at America like, man, they evil as fuck, which I don't blame them. I would look at it the same way. Like, I would be like, yeah, I see where they're coming from. These people would look at us. I would. I mean, wouldn't you? If you were in a foreign country and you believe in traditional marriage and men and women getting married, having kids together, and then you got this motherfucker out here talking about, you got to accept this way of living and thinking that men can be women and women can be men and this type of shit. That's the biggest export of America right now is, the LGBT shit. You go to our union, I mean, our embassies and shit like that. That's the type of shit that they that they push. And so what I'm saying right now is we're not really thinking this shit through logically, because if we did, we'll say, okay, I don't blame them. If all I would have to do is cut a television on and look, man, look at this fuck shit they sending us. Look at what they doing to our kids, right? Look at what they doing to us, and if I'm seriously, a guy who halfway wants to be a righteous man, I would see America as evil. Now, do I think that America's 100% evil? No, I don't think we any different than anybody else. I don't think we're more righteous. I don't think I don't, but I think that one of the benefits of Western society that people don't want to acknowledge is getting motherfuckers off horses and shit like that. Like, come on, man. Like, let's not act like the Taliban has not been stuck in the damn dark ages. Them motherfuckers is like, they were stuck in the 600s. It wasn't too much difference. Only they had guns now. That's the only difference. They had guns and RPGs. But other than that, everything else culturally was like it was, 1,000 years ago. That's how they were. And so they got brought into the new millennium. They got brought into, and with that comes certain things that I myself would not be, opposed to getting rid of my damn self. But, but you got to understand, in order to deal with them and do the things you got to do to really get them off get this shit off of it. What you have to do, bro, is you have to go over there with guns and you have to kill a lot of motherfuckers. That's just that. I mean, I hate to go there for a second. That's really what this shit boils down to. Is in order to stop this fuckery that we see going on right now, you would have to that we see them over there doing right now. You would have to go over there and lay their ass out, and you can't play with them. You cannot play with these people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go over there and you fuck around and you like, well, no, we're gonna be civilized. Ain't no civilized. You can't be civilized with these motherfuckers. You got to wipe them out all the way. Quit playing with their ass. You know what I'm saying? So, the thing is, and see, the problem with us doing that is half of people in America would shit on America for doing it. But so let me explain something about liberals. One thing, they're cool with Muslims killing motherfuckers and doing the shit they do. They have no problem with Muslims beating women, raping children. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. As long as they can live and do what they want to do. Certain people they don't want to fuck with and don't want to engage. Because there's only one way to engage people like that. Force, power. That's it. That's all they understand is power and force. You can't come into these people and think that you're going to just try to talk to them and reason with. You can't reason with people like that. It's like that nigga in the hood who's willing to go spend 20 years in a jail cell for his respect. That's a monkey. That's a nigga I ain't got time to talk to. Nigga, I got shit to do. You want to sit in a jail cell for 20 years to prove you tough to me, a random stranger on the street? I'm going to stay the fuck away from you. This is typical, though, of black, of the thugs and all that. And so what I'm saying is, a lot of this shit that you see going on, man, really is sad because let me see, man. I'm looking for this video while I'm talking. Shows kids. Oh, let's see if I can find this video. So there's a video of these people, man. I gotta find this shit because it just really. They talking about the gender pronouns and shit like that. This shit is so fucked up. But that's what America ships and exports now. And so I just want to show y'all that shit. Like, this is where we are. This is what they project out and what they send out as, we're coming for your children videos and shit. Y'all seen that video, But that is what you sending that shit to Muslim countries and shit like that, and you wonder why they doing the shit they doing. I'm not condoning what they're doing by no stretch, and I think it needs to be eradicated. But why did they do it? That's not the only reason, but that is part of it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna put it like this. I think Afghanistan's a little bit different. Now, I can say that about Iraq, maybe, but I know Afghanistan for sure was supposedly, now we all 20 years later, we can all be Monday morning quarterbacks 20 years later. But the official story that everybody accepted, even I did, and nobody dared question 9/11 when it happened for real. It wasn't until maybe a couple of years later when people started saying, wait a minute, we made some hasty decisions. This shit, wait a minute. Why did we go there? We initially went to Afghanistan, and most everybody, Congress, Democrat, Republican, everybody was for us going to Afghanistan because it was understood at the time that bin Laden, who I don't think really did it, but we talking about 20 years ago, we thought he did it, right? We thought bin Laden went and toppled the Twin Towers in New York and killed 3,500 people. At that time, yeah, you go into Afghanistan. You're not thinking, it's not like police, that's not police in the world, right? We going to Afghanistan. Y'all got him, y'all housing him, get him up. They didn't have time. Remember, they gave him like 3 days, and they were saying, well, the Taliban, a lot of them are riding horses, and a lot of them are having to come from hundreds of miles away, and people are like, we don't give a fuck. You got 48 hours to tell us, are we coming in? Like, that's what they said. And guess what? They didn't respond. They came in. But most everybody in the country, that had like a 75-80% approval rating. So it wasn't like everybody now can sit back, oh, we policing the world. I don't call that policing at that time. Now, obviously, I can sit back now and say, man, that shit was a farce. That whole damn thing was fake, stage shit. They killed people, yes, but a lot of people did die, but it was over some other shit. It was over some small hat Zionists, doing what they always do, which is evil shit, right? And it is what it is. So, I think that whole thing was fake and staged. But I can say that now. I can. But all I know is back in 2001, we sitting there watching people jump to their deaths from 50, 60 stories up. You seeing bodies falling everywhere. You got people, and you got some video they released maybe a month or two later, motherfucker threatening us from a cave. People got emotional. I'm just telling you. But you remember they bombed the USS Cole, and I think that was like 98 when Clinton was in there. They kept doing shit. They had the Kenyan shit. Al-Qaeda was involved in all that shit. Now, is Al-Qaeda real? I don't even fucking know no more. I don't go into what it is, because shit, was Al-Qaeda even a real organization? We don't know. I don't even fucking know no more. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, what happened back then was, I think today we have to acknowledge that, at that time, America wanted that war. We did. I'm going to tell the truth. Americans, young and old, everybody wanted to go to Afghanistan after 9/11. I remember that shit. Now, Iraq, we might can make a different, scenario or whatever. I ain't getting into that shit. WMD, we're not getting into that. What I'm saying is Iraq, right? So Iraq was a situation where, not Iraq, Afghanistan was a situation where, I think it was a somewhat justified war in the minds of American people. So I don't even think now. I think, bro, you if you really think that was a retaliation, I don't think so. I don't think it was retaliation. I don't. I don't even think now. I don't think bin Laden did it, bro. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe a building falls in 6 seconds without being hit. And yet, how did the police know to come out there and tell people to get back? They about to pull the building, right? How did the police know to say that shit? They knew they had that bitch rigged to come down. Nope. 9/11 was staged. Building 6 is a smoking gun for me. The Pentagon footage, the hole in the Pentagon, the plane wide as it is, the plane. So you telling me that a plane flies right into the side of the Pentagon? They took the measurements of the plane and drew it alongside the airplane, alongside the Pentagon. The planes of the width of the plane, you talking about a few hundred feet, right? No plane, no. Not only that, the windows were still intact in certain areas where and they're saying that the fuselage came into the side. But let me draw a look. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. This is what they told us, and it's just this shit just poorly put together, man. Right? So this right here. Let's say this the Pentagon. Oh shit. Let's say this the Pentagon, right? It's like this, right? So you got a little plane. Now, they say a plane came and hit. The hole was about this big, right? Let me do that different. Let's say the hole was this big, right? That's the hole. Now, these are the buildings. You got windows over here, right? This is really what officially happened. Like, this is the official story for the Pentagon, right? And you got footage of that shit, right? And you got windows right here, windows right here, windows right here. Now, all these windows are supposed to be within the purview of an airplane coming in. Like if an airplane had come in and hit, first of all, the fuselage alone is about this big. That shit is like, damn. The fuselage, let me say that, well, this is the hole right here. The fuselage was bigger than the hole itself, right? That was number one. That was a tail giveaway. Secondly, the windows where the wings supposed to hit, they were still intact. Now you had a few, these were shattered, obviously. Like these right here were shattered. Like this was shattered and this was shattered. This was shattered here, you know. This was shattered, but still, you had some of them where the windows was still completely intact. So you mean to tell me a plane hit you going, let's say 200 miles an hour, and that's slow, right? You know, so you hit a plane hits that going 200 miles an hour, and all you got is this right here. And then all they found was the motor. They didn't find no really parts of the plane at all. So this is the type of shit that happened just with the Pentagon. They confiscated all the footage and released 3 still image pictures. And you can't tell what it is in the picture. All you see is the shit exploding. Some people said it was a missile. They got some people saying they saw the plane. Yeah, telephone poles down. This is the type of shit that happened. So with 9/11, now it's like, but you know, we didn't know this shit until they released it years later that was going on. It took a while, you know. And so it just, to me, I don't have no, you know, with me, 9/11 was fake. That's just my personal opinion. Now we got to look at who benefited economically from that shit. Now we're getting into, you know, certain small hats and certain CEOs of certain defense companies and shit like that are small hats and shit like that. You know, I don't even call this tip for a hat, Cornelius. I really don't. I don't. I think that's official story shit I just showed you. That's actually pictures and real shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, here we go again. All right, okay. We were looking for, look, that's not intelligent. I'm not trying to say what's right. We were looking for the guy who did it, who was supposedly bin Laden. Why would you attack Afghanistan? I mean, Saudi Arabia. They were looking for bin Laden. Bin Laden was supposedly in the caves of Afghanistan. And he was at first, and they say they got him in Pakistan. But that by then we'd already came in. But so you can't just say, well, we should have went at the Saudis. No, they're going to go after where they thought the guy who was the mastermind of it. This wasn't about a country. We were coming to, the only reason we went to Afghanistan was to get bin Laden. We didn't go to Afghanistan, you know, just because, okay, well, these guys were from Saudi Arabia. Let's go kill the Saudi, attack the Saudi government. Like, no, he's not going to do that. That don't make sense. So that's why they did that. But let me say this. You know, when these are touchy subjects, people get a credit. Let me tell y'all something, man. When it's all said and done, I'm going to say this right here, man. Y'all, you know, there's a lot of hatred of America from us. Mullah Omar. Yeah, but you could say that 20 years later. Did you know that in September of 2001? How old are you, first of all? Were you even, I don't even know if you was old enough to remember that. Yeah, but now we know that. We know that now. This is after 20 years, bro. That's 20 years later. It's shit we know about Martin Luther King's assassination that we didn't know 20 years, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, that we know now. So you knew this the day it happened. You knew, oh, that's Mullah Omar. Well, damn, you got a lot of intelligence. You knew it then. Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't the situation for most people. Most people didn't know. Most people knew bin Laden, thought bin Laden did it because of the first bombing. And who the mastermind was and who funded it and how was he related to bin Laden and what you call a mastermind, because you could figure something out, which I don't think that's really what happened. They bombed those buildings and took them down. But if you want to go with that, fine. So you want to go with that they really did do it. I don't think bin Laden did nothing. I don't think bin Laden did it. I don't. I don't even think he was killed by the damn SEAL 16 either. That a lot of them died like a couple of weeks later in a helicopter crash. Weirdly, a lot of the people that actually supposedly executed Bin Laden died, like literally not too shortly after that by some freak accident. So it is what it is. I think you looking in the wrong area, bro. Just in my personal opinion. Those are the names we've been given. Mullah Omar, Bin Laden, we've been given those names. No, bro. Look at the small hats. That's who did it. That's who did it. The people, what's his name? Al Franken, small hat, right? Al Franken said he got a phone call that day saying, don't go into work. Don't go into the, he was supposed to be somewhere where they attacked him. He was like, nope, they told him not to go. A couple of people got phone calls, small hats, got phone calls that day and told him not to go to work, right? These are just things that I just don't see being legit, man. And so right now at this juncture, I'm just at a point where I just like have pulled back from it and stop taking these stories. Man, we don't even know who Muhammad Ali was even on the damn plane. See, that's what I'm saying. You getting in the weeds. I'm not getting into that. I don't even know if he was on there. To be honest, I don't even know what hit. Like it's so everything's up for discussion now. You can't find this shit on YouTube no more. They took YouTube over. So I can't go and do my own research and watch the video and examine it like I used to could back in like 6-7 years ago. You come on YouTube and find all types of stuff, all types of footage of people when Alex Jones was still on YouTube. You could get all types of stuff. Can't find it no more. And the reason you can't find it no more, I couldn't get a clear definition online. Well, the small hats, it's just me, the PG way of me saying the J word, and the cabal of the J's. That is not all of them, obviously. The weeds. Yeah, I won't get into it like that because if you get that deep into it, you don't know if you're coming or going. I just know I can honestly make a case. I believe that you can make a strong case that it wasn't the official story that we were given. It wasn't Bin Laden. We could talk about these masterminds. Man, these folks got paid. These people got paid. Bin Laden had some kidney cancer or something. He was on dialysis back when it happened. He wasn't never 43 years old. So when he supposedly got killed, air quotes, they dumped the body in the ocean. Like, man, I'm like, is he dead now? Damn, he gonna be like Tupac. Really, like we don't know. We really just don't know, man. So I don't try to speculate and go with official stories. I go with what I feel like I can see with my own two eyes. I saw that man walk out of there saying we about to pull the building in Building 6. If the official story is that Building 6 just fell from the damage. No, I didn't. Ain't no building gonna come to them buildings is that weak. Folks, they'll be coming down all the time. That's the only time that's ever happened in history. You got, and that's what they do in Loose Change. They go through all these different videos of people's stuff getting on fire, burning for days, and just nothing happens. You know what I'm saying? The steel frame's still there. So it's the first time it's ever melted like that, ever in history. You know what I'm saying? Even when they talked about the color smoke that was coming out, the white smoke, they're saying if it was burning, it would have been this color. Like it was just all types of stuff. They're saying if it was molten, it would have been this color. The people that were evacuating the basement of the World Trade Center, and the officers say he came down there, everybody was getting out. Next thing you know, he hear a boom, he's blown back, right? So I'm like, okay, somebody had bombs planted down there. He said, man, they went in there and they saw wires and stuff ran, all types of stuff had been ran and set up. This is stuff I saw people, New York City police officers saying way back then, that they saw wires and stuff being ran down there. They didn't know what it was. It started exploding. And the next thing you know, it just all came down. That was it. So these are the types of things that I just don't think we have the answers to. The government won't allow us to get the answers to. I'm pretty clear that what we saw was fake. Now, that being said, that's why we supposedly went to Afghanistan. At that time, we all believed it was Bin Laden. We all believed Bin Laden was being housed in Afghanistan. That's why they went over there. We thought it was a justified war. That being said, now you've made promises to these people, and that's where I am, right? I'm not dragging Obama. Obama, to his credit, he lowered the troops, but he never just got them all the way out of there. Got them down to like 20,000. Then Trump got them down to like 2,000. No problem. Biden just like, screw it. Let's leave everything. Let's just pull out. And them folks like, wait a minute. You know, because Trump did make a deal, but he was like, I made a deal to evacuate out slowly, get the people out, and then, you know, the troops were going to leave last because they're not going to shoot at the troops. They know better. They're not going to mess with the American troops. What was the purpose of blowing up the building? The purpose of taking that building down was that was the mastermind area of Giuliani that day. Rudy Giuliani, that day, that was his headquarters. That was a lot of people, it was FBI headquarters, CIA, there's a lot of different government organizations in that building. So my personal opinion, if you're just asking me, what I think happened, they orchestrated that whole thing from that building right there. Then when they got finished, they got the equipment, they took the servers and wiped them, and then they just demolished the building. That was the first building that they took up, was Building 6. They left the Twin Towers sitting there and got rid of Building 6 first. That didn't have any fatalities at Building 6. Nobody got killed, but that's the first building they got and threw in the trash and got rid of, took to the landfill. Why? I think that's because they were trying to, you know, go ahead and get rid of the evidence. They hid the evidence. That's what I think that was. If I did some dirt like that, the first building I'm taking up is the building where I did the dirt. And that's what they did. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? No, they had insurance. The guy, the small hat had insurance of like $1 billion a building. He got $2 billion out of that. I forget his name. He fought them insurance companies and got awarded $2 billion. He got $1 billion worth of insurance. He bought the building, not literally like maybe a year prior, put $1 billion worth of insurance on each building. Then the building went down and he got paid. He got paid. What's up? What's up, K. Cooper? So they got, they got a lot of money. They got power. They took our freedoms with this terrorist thing. I mean, they record our phone conversations, and they looked at us and they studied us and they saw how easy is it to take people's freedoms. And they used 9/11 as a test to see how much they can take our freedoms. And I remember people saying that, and I was like, yeah, I'm a freedom first guy. That's why I'm a freedom first guy. Because, look, you can get sick, you can die all types of ways. But if you're a freedom first individual, I feel like you got a fighting chance. You get what I'm saying? Like with me, even with this pandemic stuff, I'm for people having freedom and making their own decisions, whatever that may be. If you want to die because you got a pandemic, because you is a high health risk, and you don't want to take the shot, and you wind up dying, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. It's tragic, but I can't really have a problem with it. I can't come and force you to let me inject you when I'm from Alabama and I'm from Montgomery. I went to Tuskegee. I done seen the ugly side of trusting the government, right? We as Black people have seen the ugly side of trusting the government. If you go and weigh what has happened to us over the last, let's just say 150 years after we got our freedom, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? When we got our freedom, what happened? What did the government do? The government at every turn screwed us. And so just because the government was able, with Thurgood Marshall, able to give us certain rights and freedoms, we fell in love with the government. We fell in love with free stuff. And there's a cost at that. There's something that's taken away from you when I have you sitting at home every day. I got you where I want you. If I pay your rent, I got you. Right? I'm going to pay your rent, but you can't have a man in the house. I'm going to pay your rent. The more kids you have, the more money I give you. The more kids you have out of wedlock, the more money I'll give you. What do you think that does? Right? It did what it did. And so I think we need to know that as Black people, you can't trust the government. I'm for complete freedom. Complete freedom means you don't get free shit. See, you got a difference between a house nigga and a field nigga. See, a field nigga knew that when he got free, all he was going to get was what he worked for. The house nigga didn't want to leave the plantation because he always felt like, well, I can stay here and I can get free vittles from massa. Right? And so you got to understand who's the house nigga, who's the field nigga today. And I think the roles have been reversed in a lot of different areas. And the people that's calling niggas coons, the people that's out here saying that, hey, if you don't vote this way, that's a house nigga off the top. Real true freedom and independence means your ass ain't gonna get no free shit. Sometimes freedom means your ass have to sleep under a bridge because you broke. That's what real freedom is. But you're free to make your own decisions. You're free to choose your own destiny. You get what I'm saying? Now, like I said with Afghanistan, I'm not surprised they did what they did because of how America is viewed, number one, and the way we're viewed, not just politically or militarily, but how we're viewed, in our culture, in the things that we support. And I'm not saying we as black people, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Lil Nas X, shit like that. That would be the number one reason why I wouldn't want your ass in my country, is the type of shit that I see you guys pushing. Like, man, I see you guys pushing some evil shit, man. Like, how you gonna push some shit like that? But that's what I would see it as. I'm still looking for that damn video. I cannot find it. But I'm gonna find it soon. Just give me a second. But a lot of this stuff, man, I just don't see people really able to let this shit really get thought through. Because if you think this shit through, you'll understand, man. Most of this shit they talking about with Afghanistan and shit like that shit really could have been avoided. The deaths could have been avoided. Now, did we have to stay? No. I ain't saying stay there for 30 fucking years, but the deaths could have been avoided. Now, that part I do believe. There was a way we could have left and everybody would have been good. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't do it. We left backwards. We did shit backwards, bro. And that's it. I found it. Here we go. This is why they did what they did. Let me show y'all. Watch this shit here.
Sexual is when a cis person, being scoliosexual is when a cis person says that they are exclusively attracted to trans and non-binary people.
People who identify as alexigender are fluid between different genders, but never know exactly what gender they are at a certain time.
An aroace is someone who identifies with both the asexual and aromantic spectrums.
Homosexuality is basically a label for people who feel the need to have a label, but they don't fit in any other labels.
My friend uses she, they, and bun self-pronouns, not because bun feels like bun's a bunny, but because bun just feels happy when those pronouns are used.
I'm very sexual. I'm attracted until there's a connection. Once it's gone, I'm in a state of perplexion, part of the asexual spectrum. I'm not flexing. I'm very sexual.
Androsexual refers to people who are attracted to masculinity. The important part of this, it says may be attracted to anyone with masculine qualities regardless of their gender or sexual orientation.
Lesbian, the definition of which is a non-binary person who's attracted to other non-binary people.
Have you heard of neopronouns? These are pronouns other than he, him, she, her, and they, them that were created with the intent of being gender neutral. Because while some people like they, them pronouns, which is the current gender neutral option, not everybody feels that those best reflect their identities.
I just came up with new neopronouns that combine he, him, she, her, and they, them, okay? So hear me out. They, them, theirs, okay? Let's take the first one, the, okay? This combines she, he, and they, right? They. The. That's what they said, That's what they said.
People who identify as abrosexual are fluid with their sexualities. Abrosexual friends one day might feel pan, but then the next day they might feel asexual.
Next, we got them, right? Okay, so then we got, that's just combining them and him. Them. I went to a movie with them the other night.
There are many neopronouns, including they, them, ze, zir, am.
Last one, theirs, okay? It's just like theirs, but like also like hers. Theirs. That jacket's theirs.
Like, you have to come out to me as cis and straight. Otherwise, congrats, you're trans and queer.
See the shit I'm talking about? See the shit I'm talking about? Like that shit is shipped all over the world. any kid that downloads TikTok is subscribed to these motherfuckers, and they hear that type of shit. And you got people over in Afghanistan right now holding cell phones. I saw it, and they holding smartphones and shit like that. They got a smartphone, they got the internet. They mean they got access to that evil shit we just saw, right? And if they got access to it, what does that do? That puts them in a place. That puts us in a place where they just looking at us like shit. These people are immoral. And could I blame them? Would I blame them? You know what I'm saying? These are the types of things that they're pushing. Now, you know, at the end of the day, I just don't see no way around this shit, bro. We're gonna have to face the facts that we need to prepare ourselves for whatever comes this way in this world. And I do think that the Chinese are in cahoots with the Taliban. And I'm gonna tell you something. The devil that you really don't want to deal with is the Chinese. Not because militarily, whatever. I think we might can fuck them up militarily. America could. Right now we could. If we just went to war. But I don't think that's really what it is. I think right now, we got the right guy in the White House that's probably going to strip us down. Where China will probably be ahead of us militarily by the time his ass get out. He's going to make sure. He's going to see to it that he destroys our military as much as he could. He got a bunch of pro-homosexual generals right now. So they pushing that shit way more than they pushing, you know, to be ready to go to war. They literally say shit like that. Like, it's more important for us to push gender fluidity and shit like that than it is to be ready to go to war. These are the types of generals they got in there. So when you got people like that that are supposed to be protecting us, whether you believe in America or not, your ass is an American. You being American, you can leave. You can't just go somewhere and think that, oh, okay, well, I'm separating myself from America. I didn't know you American, nigga. That's just you. So when you leave this country and go anywhere, or when someone comes here, they're not going to view you. They're not going to take the time to distinguish. The Taliban ain't taking time to distinguish good people from bad people. They cutting motherfuckers' whole families up, right? And when you got people that have cut somebody's whole family up, that is not godliness. That is not spiritual. You're not spiritually enlightened if you're raping somebody's daughter. Like, I just don't see, just because you disagree with their ideology. I disagree with your ideology. I ain't finna rape your damn daughter, bro. Like, that's some evil, twisted, sick shit. That dude over there, what's his name? That guy that when that shit happened in Benghazi, and Obama and them had a feed into the situation room within 30 minutes of that shit starting, right? So they sat there and watched that whole thing, right? But the point is, when that shit happened, do you know they say that those people got that dude, that ambassador, and they was sticking shit up his butt? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what? Okay, you don't like him, he's an infidel. What the fuck is that? Like, they killed him and was ramming shit all up his ass. I think he was gay. I don't know if it was true or not, but that's what they was doing. Now, I may not like your ass. I ain't got time to be, I ain't that damn creative. Like, I'm not finna be fucking with your ass. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Some of y'all niggas probably gay. Some of y'all niggas over there that's doing some shit like y'all niggas probably wanted to be with the man or something. You do some evil shit like that. That's number one. Number two, I'm telling you right now, there's evil on this planet that we are protected and sheltered from that could one day come our way. And I always talk like this. I always think I got a son to protect. You know, that's part of the reason y'all see me on here talking about airplanes and shit. This is a part of me like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I might need to get the hell up out of America. Like, I love America. I love living here. But if shit goes south, and it can at any day, I might need to get my ass the hell up out of here. And I'm going to tell you something, man. When it comes to China and how they are, those people are godless. I can say this shit with a clear conscience. I don't give a damn if you talk about the CCCP or the Chinese Communist Party. Godless people. Those people, they're well known for okay. All right. Yeah. So, you know, I can't run. Well, I'm gonna put it like this. I can't run, but I'm gonna get my ass up out of here. Like if I see some shit going down and I got a child protector, something like that, hey, I'm all for fighting if they gonna fight. The problem is, depending on who you got in the White House, ain't nobody gonna fight. Or if they do fight, they're gonna fight half-assed. I'm all for it if that's what you're really gonna do. But when you got a group of people who, for the last 100 some odd years, have been told that people are animals and we're not really human beings and we're not, there's no difference, there is no God, there is no, that's the enemy right now. Godless people, you know, shout out to Jason Whitlock because he talked about this yesterday, you know, but he was talking about Eisenhower, military industrial complex, you know, he was just talking about his parting words. And he was just talking, it wasn't just about the military industrial complex. One part he said is, you know, exactly atheism is a plank of communism. One of the things he said that was interesting, he said the ideologies we face are atheistic in nature. What he was saying was these people that we see coming, like the Chinese and shit like that, maybe not as much as the Russians that like they used to be, but now the Chinese are, give me a second, I got you. The Chinese are really going to, you know, we're gonna have to deal with these cats, man. And I don't see them as somebody that's just, you're gonna have to really you're gonna have to destroy their ass. That's just, there's no other way around it. Like if it was up to me, if I had a chance to crush them, I'll probably do it now. I would. Because you can't, right? You should have crushed them probably about 20 years ago. Back when they started getting like they was, and I bet you like, damn, you, like this is the thing, like a lot of times, bro, and I know this is gonna sound fucked up. A lot of times people don't want to hear this shit. A lot of times the shit that it takes, you know, the movie, you know, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. I bet y'all like, you know, what is he talking about? But I feel like a lot of times to maintain the world that you live in, shit gotta be done.
Bastard. Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a recess. I'd like an answer to the question, Judge.
The court will wait for an answer.
If Lieutenant Kendrick gave an order that Santiago wasn't to be touched, then why did he have to be transferred? Colonel, Lieutenant Kendrick ordered the code red, didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant Kendrick to do. Object! When it went bad, you cut these guys loose! Your Honor, you had markers inside a body transfer! Your Honor, you doctored the logbook! You coerced the doctor!
Consider yourself in contempt!
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth! Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You weep for Santiago and you curse the Marines. You have that luxury. You have the luxury of not knowing what I know, that Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives, and my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to. Did you order the code red? I did the job. Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did!
Let me explain something to y'all, man. Like at the end of the day, because I gotta go. But let me say this. At the end of the day, we enjoy a lot of freedoms here in this country. And let's be honest, there are people that don't like your freedom, right? That say fuck your freedom, right? Like Schwarzenegger just said. And there are people who will get guns and strap on bombs and come and try to take that shit from you. We live in this, we think a lot of us as Americans have been protected and sheltered. We think that there aren't boogeymen and evil motherfuckers out here that are coming to rape our kids and daughters and blow our fucking brains out and hang us from trees. There are evil men on this planet. And sometimes in order to keep them at bay, you need to do some real dirty shit. That's why I don't just 100% beat the CIA up. I know they done some dirt though. I'm not a fool. They do dirt. Sometimes doing dirt is for, it's a real complex thing. When you start getting into world politics, that shit is complex. It's not just, you can't just think that you're going to leave the Taliban alone, pull out, and they ain't going to do that evil shit they doing. So now you're in a dilemma. Do you watch them kill and rape and pillage millions of people? Or do you go in there and try to stop them? Because as soon as we go in there, half the people watching this video are going to say we invaded a foreign country. We're imperialists. The woke conscious crowd is going to say we're imperialists. We're trying to go over there and save them people. Right? If when Boko Haram was showing up and burning all these Christian boys and stuff at these schools at the stake, thousands of them at one time, they'll put them in the stake and light them on fire and sit right there and watch them. Right? In order to go over there and stop them, they invaded over there in Nigeria and went over there and stopped that shit. What would the people say? What would black folks say in America? America is imperialist. America is, so it's like shit. What do you do? This shit is way more complex. It's easy to sit back in Monday morning quarterback and say, yeah, man, America want to police the world. And I don't believe that we should be fucking with people like that. I don't. I'm very I like Ron Paul in that, right? But the world will go to shit. And you got people that are thinking a certain way, like the Chinese, who are making allies, you gonna think you're gonna go live in your little box and chill, and one day you're gonna be surrounded by nothing but Chinese and all their allies and shit. Then what? So you do need to go abroad and keep shit at bay. You have to. If you don't, shit will come to your front door, and that's what I think will happen with Biden. I think what's about to happen with Biden, shit finna come to our front. They already saying the Chinese are coming within our shores now. I'm like, these motherfuckers is bold. No fucking way would they have done that with Trump in office. Sometimes it's good to have a guy like Trump to scare the shit out of people because they knew Trump wasn't with no bullshit. You may not like him, but you know you can't fuck with him. That is somebody I'd rather have. Don't give a damn what he said on Twitter. That's just me. Now, maybe that's me, but hey, we'll find out. I'm going to just it ain't been but 8 months. Let's see what's going to happen a year from now, 2 years from now. How fucked up this shit finna be. That was A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise. It was a waste of our tax dollars. In hindsight, you could say that. At the time, if you thought Bin Laden was there, and the intelligence, so-called intelligence, led that Bin Laden was there, that's probably 85% of the country. Now everybody's smart now. Everybody knows the answers and stuff now, but it's 20 years later. Not going at you, RBG. I'm just saying. We can all say now that, we knew better. We shouldn't have did this. Yeah, we can say that now. Back in that world, back in 2001, it wasn't like that. Everybody wanted war. Thugs. I remember Trick Daddy was on BET rapping about if you anti-America, you anti-thug. Trick Daddy was like hot back then. And I remember everybody, white, black, people all on BET was saying, man, this is wrong. These people, everybody, black, white, everybody was against Afghanistan. Not Afghanistan, but Bin Laden at that time. Now, what we know now is different. You know what I'm saying? So, but he was in Afghanistan at one time. That was old intelligence. By the time they got in there, he left. He left right when they said they was coming. But up until that point, he really was in Afghanistan. But by the time you moving it's like the U.S. military is not like a big you can make a little quick on the dime turn. It's like trying to turn a damn big ass ocean liner or something. You can't just turn it real easy like a tugboat. You can turn around in a few feet. Can't do that. You got the military is different. So they already had set up and geared themselves to go. They was already there. They couldn't just drop, let's go, and pull out. Now you in there. The government's destabilized. Now people will die because you come in and made promises that you have to keep. That's my problem. I'm not for leaving. I'm not for us staying there forever. Leave. But it needed to be done a certain way. That's all I was saying. It should have been done a certain way. And it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So notice how they got trillions of wars to push white supremacy in different countries. But no, I mean, what you call white supremacy is just probably just the 21st century and technology too. I mean, it depends on what you call white supremacy. I don't think it's white supremacy that crushed a guy. If Bin Laden, and then let's take in mind that was that at the time. Like I just think I would love to put some of these hotel brothers. No disrespect to you, bro. But I would love to put a hotel in charge and see what the fuck they would do. We know the first thing they'll do is reparations. What else you'll do? All right, we're going to take all the Silicon Valley jobs and give them to black people. We ain't got enough black people to run Silicon Valley that even have enough technology or intelligence to even do that shit. We just don't. That's not what we do. So you can't just go take shit and just flip it on his ear because it'll be dysfunctional. We're going to disband, we're going to get rid of the police. Okay. All right, we ain't got no police. Black folks going to police their own communities. Okay. I don't want to be in that community. Pookie and his cousin running the damn police force in the community. They up there letting motherfuckers shoot people. Well, he had that shit coming, man. You know, that's something. No, you can't run a business in a community like that. I don't want my business around no shit like that, let alone raising a child. So it's a lot of shit we love to say, but it's not practical shit. Like, and I'm not talking about you, bro, mental OG. Not this ain't a jab at you. Just saying in general. We love to Monday morning quarterback. We can say that shit, but just like this video said, we can't. He said you need men at the gate like him. Feminism, materialism, white Jesus. Okay, well, put it like this. Feminism, materialism, I see where you're going with that. That's just Western society, though. Now, feminism, I agree with you. Could you call that white? I don't even call that shit white supremacy. I call it part of the master plan of the small hats. But if that's what you want to do with the power structure and call it, then fine. White Jesus, I don't see too many people saying Jesus is a white man. So I don't even know what that shit means. I get tired of people saying that. Like I don't hear too many people saying that though. Like I hadn't seen that in years. Like I'm talking 30 years since I've seen somebody say that shit. Since it's been the 90s since people said that. That I saw something, images of a white Jesus Christ. I have not seen that. So when people say that, white Jesus, that's just, you mean Christianity. You don't like Christianity because you think that means that makes us weak. That's what you think. That's really what we say. We just call it white Jesus. Really, you go into church and you're a Christian, so you weak. And you turn the other cheek while the white man take all your wealth and resources and make an ass out you. That ain't me, though. So you ain't talking about me. I'm a Christian. You can't be talking about me. So that's what I'm saying. You can't be talking about a lot of brothers that built back in the day that were devout Christians back in the day in churches and what the church was doing back in the day. So I don't know who we really talking about because we can't be talking about that. Black men left the church for other reasons, whatever they left for. When they left, it went to where it is now. You know, I can make the case. Yeah, I think you can make a case for him being black. So I mean, it is what it is. So at the end of the day, black people are in for it, man. I don't think we're prepared, but I don't mind fighting if I know that we're gonna fight fully. But if you're not gonna fight and you full of shit and you doing deals with China to help empower China, that's what the fuck he did. I think this is what I really think. I think Biden was cheated into the White House so that he could do the shit he doing to help China because they gave his son $1 billion and they made a deal. That's what this shit is. And if you trace back all the companies that was doing it, they were Chinese-owned companies that were working and operating in Venezuela and shit like that, helping Hugo Chavez be reelected. And then they the ones that came up here. You trace that shit back, the paper trail, that shit go right back to China. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me ask you something. Because this is the thing. And so black people get so caught up in that. I'm not. I'm a believer. Let me explain something to you, brother. There was a time where images of Jesus were white all over America, right? And because they were images of white Jesus all over America, at that time, what were black people doing? We were raising our families. We were doing what the fuck we supposed to do, right? But now we're conscious, right? We're woke. And we out here sleeping with little 14-year-old girls down in Miami and getting them drunk, right? Y'all know about Brother Polite. Y'all know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Tasha K broke it last night. So this is the thing, right? We got brothers that's because I get tired of this shit. And this is the thing. Like, I get tired of, like, shout out to my homeboy in Michigan. He tells me that I say what I say because I know they attack the church. Yeah, I do. I'll admit. I say what I say because people always got to attack the church, and they keep their mouth shut when they do some fuck shit, right? Like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about Brother Polite out here raping a 14-year-old girl, right? Getting her drunk and shit like that. Right? They got his semen. So the shit matched up on his DNA. He raped a 14-year-old girl. All right? Raped a 14-year-old girl. So, I mean, it is what it is, though. And that Brother Polite, one of the big ones. He one of the ones that everybody loves, So, it is what it is. We can talk about white Jesus all we want to. I'm going to tell you like this. When people had those white Jesus in there, I don't think Jesus is white. I don't think God is white. Don't come in my comment section fucking with me. But let me say this. At the end of the day, yeah, a lot of people don't know, but Polite is African. Bro, Polite is American. Yeah, his parents are immigrants. He Nigerian. Okay. That ain't got shit to do with it. That ain't got shit to do. That dude is raised, bled, born in Malachi Z, York. That's who he up under. Stop it. Stop it. I don't watch the House of Consciousness. We all know it. You know what I'm saying? I just, like I said, women, no. The report says that it was off of her clothes. I don't know about no sheet. And why the fuck is semen in the sheet? Regardless, why the fuck is cum in a sheet when you're supposed to have your drawers on? Why the fuck is it in the sheet? Why they finding it anywhere? Why you got semen coming out your dick when you around a 14-year-old girl and she done got drunk and she said you've been touching on her sexually? No, you can't fix that shit. That's just like when Eddie Long got caught up and they said, well, he's a good man, right? Ain't no coming up out that shit. Let me say this, man. We love to drag the church and say the things we say about the church. But I'm sorry. I think when we were in the church, we actually were better off. I'm sorry. Now, we'll see what this conscious woke hotel shit gets us. I don't fuck with it. I don't. I have no problem saying it. I think it's really a bunch of bullshit. I really do. I think it's really white new ageism. You really just want to keep it a buck. That's what it is. It's a bunch of white new ageism remixed and given a ump. That's all it is. That's all that shit is. White folks were saying that shit 100 years ago. A lot of that shit these people saying now, the spirits and all, and we can go there. But that's what it is. It's just remixed white new ageism that's been given to us as spirituality, African spirituality. That's what this shit is called. A lot of that shit, I've actually talked to Africans like, that's not our Africa. I don't know where they get that stuff from. A lot of this stuff y'all have in America is not even practiced by us. I don't even know where. I'm not even talking about the church or Islam. I'm talking about some of this stuff these folks be saying. Like, where they get that from? I ain't never heard that. I'm from Africa. Like, this sit down and talk to a couple of Africans. They'll tell you. That's why a lot of they laugh at that shit we say. Africans laugh when they think that when they see us saying we built the pyramids. They laugh. They think that shit is funny. Like an African from West Africa would laugh. What is this? What is this? What are you saying? You think that your people built the pyramids? That's what they'll tell you. Like, do you know how stupid that sounds? That's how they talk. Your people are supposed to be from West Africa. We have our own history. That's how they talk. They laugh, man. They laugh their ass off. And I'll be laughing too because I know these niggas don't know what the fuck they talking about. But you just want to lay claim to the pyramids. You want to lay claim to the great shit, right? So anything fly, you lay claim to. Ain't got no. You funny. You funny. You funny. But like we lay claim to that shit. That shit, man, ain't nothing to really, it ain't nothing to really, brag about, to be honest with you. I just think, this whole shit about white Jesus, I get tired of people saying, put that shit on me. Talking about no white Jesus. You worship white Jesus. That's the fastest way to get your ass blocked off my channel. Telling me I worship white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And and I hate to say this. I hate to go here, but I'm gonna go there for a second before I go. I got to go. I got something to do real quick. But check this out, right? This is my thing. This how you know niggas is full of shit. And I'm not talking about anybody on this video or anything like that. But this how you know niggas is on some bullshit. Because when you really weigh shit out. It's a way you can know and divide who is doing what and who ain't doing, who just run bumping they gums. I'm about empowerment. I've always been about empowerment, right? And when I say that, you should leave me alone. And I'm not trying to say you shouldn't say what you say, but I know plenty of people in the church that's out here building this, doing shit. They ain't talking, they ain't on the internet like me, but they don't talk. Like the guy from Valiant Cross Academy, you know, this brother right here, let me show him to you right quick. Like this the type of stuff, right? And you can say, hey man, he worshiping white Jesus. But this brother is doing God's work. He doing a good thing, you know. And that's the thing I see with people. We want to.
We try to get them exposed to as much as possible here. So they're visiting colleges a lot, quite frequently, and just getting them exposed to a wide variety of things.
But if he loses his temper, you can be sure that he is determined to harm me.
One of the challenges, and definitely one of the reasons we founded this school, is
I guess he worshiped white Jesus too.
Because of the minority graduation, college readiness rate. I think it's going to take enough people to be mad and upset about the problems.
See, my thing is, man, if we really are about real, true empowerment and building, you have no way to. You're not more empowered than me because you don't worship so-called white Jesus. You're not. There's nothing you can do that empowers you more. So I get tired of niggas trying to say that they more somehow they are at a more higher moral ground. That's what pissed me off about traffic sales and profit. The last time we had the conference, you got David Banner ass sitting up there dragging people because they go to church. Talking about, man, the white man got an advantage on you and you deceived by the white man. Man, I'm so mad, man, who the fuck are you? Fuck you. That's the way I felt about David Banner. I couldn't have been on that panel. And then I started saying something in the comment section, they kicked me out. Like, man, I'm so sick of y'all niggas trying to act like y'all so much on a higher moral or spiritual ground because you don't worship white Jesus. Now you enlightened. Get your ass on somewhere. Tired of them niggas. I ain't one of them ones. I'm not one of them ones, bro. I'm not. I'm about real empowerment. You know what I'm saying? This empowerment right here.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian. I took the Lifting the Veil developer course. I landed a job thanks to Sub for $45 an hour. I'm very grateful for the class. It was a very eye-opening experience. If you put the work in, you can achieve anything. Sub is a very good teacher. He's very resourceful. And he helps all the students be the best they can be. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm talking about. That brother, I just did, that was yesterday. Brother called me, gave me my testimony. See what I'm saying? People are out here making money doing what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? And let me say this too. Some people have been signing up for consultations. The damn thing's supposed to come to my phone. I got a new phone. I'm not getting any consultations. I go look yesterday. Last night I got like 5 of them. I didn't even know. So I'll be reaching out to everybody that signed up on the website if you want to have a consultation. But let me say this, you know, I just get tired of being bombarded, being told somehow I'm at a loss or somehow I'm disadvantaged because I'm not on the spiritual plane that you are on because the white man got me deceived and I'm some man. Look, you want to piss somebody off and not get through to them, tell them some bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yeah, Africa's being subjugated because they Christians. Yeah, dumb shit like that, mental OG. That shit dumb as hell. Africa's not being subjugated because they're Christians. Africa's being subjugated because they don't have no resources. They have a brain drain. That ain't got nothing to do with their faith. You know what I'm saying? You blame everything. You think all we got to do is just get the right spiritual system, just like you, mental OG. And if we all thought like you, it'll fix all our problems. That's why black men, a lot of us, these hotel men don't build shit. Because it's just a bunch of talk. Just a bunch of, all we got to do is get the right spiritual system like David Banner said, and that'll fix all our problems overnight. It's because you go to church. That's why, my nigga. You gotta stop going to church. Stop worshiping white Jesus. Now, I ain't going to give you nothing. You can go pick whatever you want to pick. You can be a Marxist, atheist if you want to. I ain't got nothing to say to you. But you know what? Stop going to church, right? That's the key. Niggas kill me. Because we think it's all about spirituality and that one, you got to get the right spiritual system that you got to get like me. And then, you know, like that's what David Banner said. I'm doing this because I'm spiritually this and I got this going and I'm this and I'm that. And y'all, the white man got you to see. Okay, White man got me deceived. I'm getting results. We getting results over here lifting the veil. Black people are getting results. That's what matters. We're getting results. I don't want to hear nothing about no telling me I worship white Jesus. And just for that comment, brother, you in time out for a minute because I'm about to go. I'm not blocking you, but that'll be the last comment you leave on this video. Anyway, y'all have a good one. And I will see you guys later. See y'all.